So this podcast is I guess you could say for filmmakers primarily, a lot of filmmaker listeners, and a lot of people trying to break in to all kinds of work, including writing music for films and TV and all sorts of stuff. And you touched on it a little bit, but can you give any advice for newbies out there just they've got this drive, like I feel like I can make music for these projects, I feel like I can bring something, like what is some advice you could give them as they're reaching out to their first clients, or maybe they're writing their first piece for a show? Like, what is some advice for them to go forward?
Well, I would say I'll let Steve handle the writing one. I would say if you're starting to reach out, just be real and build your story up. Make sure you have a good story. When we were reaching out, we had the advertising sort of background, which was sort of not that interesting to the animation world, but it was something. Send pieces, go to conferences, because you could end up having a beer with like the guy who's just got a new show greenlit, and he'd love to hear what you're doing, stay involved in the industry, like get involved in the industry as much as possible, like groups, online or whatever. Just sort of get involved, get a better understanding, watch a lot of animation. Is a good thing to do, and also approach young animators, like animators that are doing really cool stuff. If you can do their shorts and you do a good job, there's something for the resume. So, that's what I would say, Steve.
Yeah, no, those are all very, very good points. As far as somebody, a budding composer, I would say, thanks to technology. You can, with not much money, I'm going to say maybe $4,000 worth of computer, some sort of audio interface, maybe another $1,000. You can buy a very deep and sophisticated orchestral library, and you're good to go. Like, that's it. Like, you don't really need $100,000 studio, far from it. So that's great. And then once you've got these pieces in place, then you need to do whether it's take some lessons, just so many online courses, and then I think for young writers, I would say the best thing to do is to reach out to your friends who are aspiring directors and so on, and do things for free in the beginning, just so that you get this experience, and eventually, your talented buddies who go on to work for production houses, you can follow them along. You know what I mean? It's just that's a good way to get to break in. But I think you need to initially get some gear, and it's very affordable to do so now. Do a little bit of studying, and then start demoing as much as you can.
And some of that sounds like what we talked about at the beginning about the pandemic and everything, and meeting people, and hopefully that's going to become easier as 2021 goes along, and there's vaccines and stuff. You can go to conferences and meet people in person, because that collaboration is just so much more fun and easygoing when you're in the same room or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully that comes soon. I know that for us, Kidscreen is the big conference for the kids industry, and it's usually in Miami. And us Canadians, well, we really look forward to going to Miami. And especially in end of January, beginning of February. So I just did my first online conference, which was fine, and it'll sort of pay off for us. But it sure wasn't Miami, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, we're definitely praying for this. I'll take the vaccine now if you got some.
That's right. Yeah. Were you sipping on a pina colada while you were doing your conference there, Terry?
No, unfortunately not. I should have though, but no one. It's funny. Online conferences, there's a lot less attendees than real conferences. I'll tell you that much. But people are just learning how to do that too. And there were some pretty hip things that they did. So
yeah.
So I can't wait.